We're here now, joined by Mr. Corey Kent.
Super kind of you guys.
Yeah, Corey, we should say Salina, Texas's very own.
That's right. That's right.
Give me your address so everybody can Google Maps.
Yeah, sure. It's
Okay, Corey, how'd you get here this afternoon?
So first off, I just appreciate you guys putting on this whole event for me and my convenience living in Salina.
Yeah, this is right in your backyard.
Yeah, this is really kind of you guys to consider me like
welcome.
that. But I got to ride my Harley over here, and
Whoa,
beautiful
wow.
day.
Are you kidding
Nice.
me? From Salina?
Beautiful, yeah.
All the way from
I looked at the weather and thought, sounds like a great. I mean, when do I ever get to ride a motorcycle
Yeah.
to a show?
Right,
It never happens. So
Tell
this is
everybody
perfect.
where you're parked so people can take pictures.
Yeah, sure. Here's my address. Here's the bike I ride.
Now, are you going to have some visitors, some family come in to see the show later tonight?
My wife is on her way right now, and again, thank you for that. It's not
Of
every
course.
show that we get to do that, so this is going to be a fun a date night, if you will.
One of the last times we saw you was at Dickey's Arena. You were opening up for a pretty okay up-and-coming artist, Jason Aldean.
Yes.
And the cutest thing
I
in the
believe
world.
he's going to do some really big things in country music.
For the future.
And the cutest thing in the world was seeing your kids with those big headphones on, walking around and backstage. It was so cute.
Yeah, man, they eat it up. They love being at these live shows, and it's just, it's kind of second nature to them,
Yeah.
right? Like, they don't really know anything other
Nothing
than
than that.
growing up in this, but they seem to be right at home, and they love live
You
music.
ruined
and
shows for them. Now they're going to go to another show and be like, "Where's the backstage access?"
100%. Well, yeah, my
Corey.
girls already they're ruined. They're like, hey, when we go to a Taylor Swift show, we want
Oh
to do
my
it.
God.
I'm like, well, I'm not sure I can pull that one off. So.
Yeah, not exactly.
Corey, something that we did last year was Mike Eli, the Eli Young
Yeah.
Band. They played here, of course. They're from here.
Yep.
But, living here and being so close to us, you sometimes will have on-air duties. Mike Eli has filled in for Hawkeye on the air.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And brought in the kids
Yes.
to
Okay.
co-host. So we're just saying, since you're here and, we need
I love this
vacation
idea.
days.
Yes.
Come on.
Are you willing to step into the...
I'm not here often, but when I am, actually, I've honestly for a long time thought this would be a really. I don't know the ins and outs of what you do, but
We
getting
can teach
to
you. We can
getting
teach you.
We'll
to
teach you.
curate country music sounds like a really fun responsibility. to
It's
me.
the coolest job in the whole wide
Yeah.
world. It really is.
It is. It's not even a job. It's just like what you do for a living. It's not even like work, right?
It's play.
Yeah,
Right?
it
Like
really
I've always said that is it's ironic that what my work is, the term is playing music, right? It really does feel like something we get to do rather than we have to do.
Right. Now, you married a woman from Bixby, Oklahoma. Y'all moved to Salina. I'm getting married in about a month.
Flip.
Flipped.
No,
Flipped.
he's from Bixby,
He's
Oklahoma.
from
I'm
You're
the
from
Okie.
Bixby. That's right. She's from Salina.
And
correct.
she reminds me all the time that she's the Texan,
Yes,
So-
she is.
so-
Well,
Yes, she
you're
is.
officially a Texan now.
Yeah, I feel like
primary.
after you create multiple Texans, you kind of get an honorary
Honorary card.
You get grandfathered
you
in.
get
there.
grandfathered
Yeah.
in, I think.
Hey,
so.
Corey, so I've been looking at your ring because I've been looking at bands. I got to start wearing one in the next 6 weeks or so when I get married on May 4th.
Yeah.
But you went ahead and did the tattoo thing on
I
your
did.
ring.
I did.
How much thought went into that? Did you start looking at bands first, and then you're like, screw it, I'll just tattoo it?
Well, I do have a ring. I just, we fly a lot, and your knuckles get all. I'm sure this is really great radio. talk
Yeah,
right
it
now.
is.
No, we love it.
No, we love it.
But I got sick of trying to get the ring off of my finger and was like, forget it.
Too
but
much salt.
Actually, right as soon as we got married, this is kind of the first thing. As soon as we got back, we went on a honeymoon to Jamaica, and as soon as we got back to the States, I was like, I just want to get it tattooed, and that way, even if I lose my ring or whatever, it's still there, and I'm a marked man.
like
you know?
Michelle lost her
the
ring.
tattoo says,
did.
"You're not the boss of me."
It does.
That's odd.
It does.
Yeah,
That's
Got all
symbolic.
that on one little ring finger.
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, Michelle went to Mexico and lost her ring
I
recently.
did. I did. But you know what I
sorry.
did? No. I bought a fake one on Amazon. So I took the fake ones on vacation.
thank God.
Because there's no way that I would want to lose
Thinking.
this one. And, my husband, I wouldn't hear the end of it.
That's so smart.
But-
I also, what kind of freaks me out is like hearing the horror stories of people, mainly guys, that are working
Don't.
and they get their.
No.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
So it's like I kind
Every
of.
guy in that place is like, Just
Yeah.
making sure it will come off.
Yeah,
oh,
we
we're good.
feel the pain.
Yeah.
Well, that's a true commitment right there. Because
Yeah.
your wife also is her ring finger tattooed.
My wife has no tattoos,
Okay.
so we're the exact opposite. I love tattoos.
Oh, you're
she doesn't
so
have any.
anti-tattoo. Hawkeye hates
I'm the same way, Hawkeye. I'm the same way.
There's nothing I collect outside of tattoos. So I,
Or
like I
Harleys.
could
Harleys.
anything I own, I could give away, and it wouldn't bother me. But these things I collect.
How
I
many do
love
we
them.
got now?
I don't know. I'm down to here on this arm. I got one on my leg. Obviously one here, and who knows where it will stop. It really I add one either at like a milestone in my life or just a really fun adventure or experience.
A great meal.
Yes.
Nice apple.
Yeah. I have a lot of ribeye steaks tattooed on me.
You're like a quarter Post Malone with your tattoos. You're
Yeah.
working your way.
They
Congratulations.
might work up.
You had your number one party for Wild as Her
Thank
a
you.
few weeks ago. Congratulations.
Number one.
How does
That's
that
awesome.
How does that feel to have that number one now?
Man,
Do that party.
I don't know if I ever really thought that was possible. I'm not saying that I didn't believe that I could achieve what I was setting out to achieve, but when you're starting as an independent musician, that is something that it seems so far out of reach that it wasn't really even on my goal or on my list of goals. It was put your head down, play the Texas, Oklahoma clubs, make the best music that you can, sell as many tickets as you can, provide for your family. And this has helped me do all of those things in a bigger way. And, man, it's to see your name. I think I read a statistic the other day that was like 200 and something people since the 80s have had a number one hit in country music. So I was like, man, you got better odds of playing in the Super Bowl than you do having a number one hit in country music. And so I'm very grateful for it. It has changed my life in a lot of great ways. But there's one thing that remains constant, and it's how do we put out consistently the greatest art that we can and sell as many tickets as we can, and that's always been the goal.
Morgan Wallen co-wrote the song, so
Yeah.
you're sending him something for Christmas now and saying congrats. Thank you for.
We got a big bottle of wine that we sent him, so hopefully he gets
That's
that.
awesome. And you're playing Billy Bob's tonight for the first time. Is that correct, or
No.
the second, third, fourth, fifth? sixth?
So actually, this is actually a good story. The first time I ever
Hey,
played.
hey, we'll be the judge of that.
Okay,
Go
all
ahead.
right. The first time I ever got to play any sort of music at Billy Bob's was I was living in Tennessee at the time. I hadn't moved back to Texas yet. And I was writing a lot of songs for and with Brandon Jenkins and William Clark Green.
Wow.
And so I had written a song for William Clark Green and with William. And it was a number one hit in the state of Texas. And he brought me back here to play a live radio broadcast. I believe it was for 96.3. And we basically played the songs from the record.
That's so
and,
cool.
That was my first time here. And then coming back, we got to headline last year for the first time. And it was beautiful, and here we are. I think this marks the third time I get to play here, and then we have another date coming up. I believe in April, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a good story. And that's a good story.
Great story.
Thank you.
Okay, one
All right.
last story. Will you tell your Bronco story real quickly before we let you go?
Oh yeah, the Bronco story. So I have a '96 Bronco. It's all original. It looks just like the OJ Bronco, all white, but it has an old school radio in it, and it just my son knows that he's 2, and he just knows that you don't ask Dad to change the radio because it only plays country music. It's 99.5 or 96.3, and that's it.
Boom.
That is
That's awesome.
it.
That's awesome.
And that's a great story.
That's also a great story.
Corey, thank you so much for joining us. We
Right
can't wait
on.
to see you on stage tonight, Texas Independence Jam 2024, and it's congratulations on everything so far, and
Thank you.
in the future too.